Robbie, it's great to have you aboard for yet another production after your singular successes, Mima in the Ring.
Thanks.
And now you're singing a particularly different role in that of David. No nastiness involved at all.
No, he's all sweetness and light, is David. In fact, he's one of the most optimistic characters I think Wagner ever created. Cloyingly so sometimes.
Oh, you're allowed to be cloying. You're one of the few people I know who understands the modes.
Oh yes, so David's sort of singular task in Act 1 of Mastersinger is to teach Walther basically everything there is to know about becoming a Mastersinger in the space of one extraordinary 20-minute block of basically singing all the modes. And so he goes through how the song should sound, what they're called, and they're all named after animals and fish and trees and all these kind of things. Then you've got to learn how to sing them all.
That's
and
right.
so he goes through all the techniques. You can't squeeze your air, you can't mumble with your lips and all
You've
this
said to me that you've taught James Eccleston everything he knows.
Oh,
anyway.
exactly. James knew nothing about singing until he met me. No, it's a wonderful scene to have this sort of gloriously gifted sort of noble fool in Walther to sort of try and educate. James is not a noble fool. He's noble, but not a fool.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And then you're the head chief apprentice, aren't you, really?
I'm the eternal apprentice. David has the Renaissance equivalent of 17 master's degrees and still is on Centrelink. So, you know, he's desperately trying to become a Meistersinger, but hasn't quite got there yet, and keeps getting sort of pipped at the post.
But it's a hell of a role, isn't it?
It's a kaleidoscope of a role. You've got fight scenes, you've got dance scenes, you've got lots of very strenuous high singing to do, but then you've kind of transform into this, you know, vessel of sort of sweet goodness by the end of it. So
that's why we cast you.
Oh, thank you, Greg.
And the rest of our cast is rather nice as well.
It's a spectacular cast. I think you'd be pretty hard-pressed to find a cast like this anywhere in the world at the moment. Led by one of Australia's most extraordinary artists in Warwick Fife, who I've admired for a very long time, and was lucky enough to watch Warwick sing Beckmesser on the stage. I was a Meister along with Warwick singing his Beckmesser, which was remarkable, and I think he's even more remarkable as Hans Sachs.
Yeah, it's great. He's sort of engineering his inheritance.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think he said he's done 4 or 5 roles in. Four or 5 different roles in Meistersinger.
It's an interesting opera because there are so many parts for us male singers. You do tend to sort of work your way up the ranks. I started singing Ulrich Eislinger and then sang Vogelgesang and now singing David. So it is one of those operas that you can sort of get a different perspective on as you sing the different roles. It's a huge cast, of course.
And of course there are a couple of women involved.
There are a couple of women, and they don't unfortunately get precious little to say, but what they say is so magnificent. I mean, I think Eva's Act 3 aria is one of the most beautiful sort of poignant beginnings to that great quintet.
With Lee and Deborah, we're very fortunate.
Absolutely.
The Royal Exhibition building is circumstances have dictated us to be in there, but it's particularly well suited, I think, to this opera, which is really a community event.
Look, I think it's going to look quite remarkable in that we're sort of already in the Grand Hall of Melbourne, sort of posing for the Grand Hall of Nuremberg, which is probably neither as grand nor as big.
No.
So I think it is one of those moments where the realities of our situation have given us something very, very positive and probably, I think, very fruitful.
Touch wood.
Touch wood, absolutely.